12 ways to make a guy realize he's losing you. How to make him realize he's losing you? In the beginning, everything was going great, and he was affectionate and attentive. However, the honeymoon phase is over, and he has started acting differently. He has been acting distant lately and doesn't seem to be as interested in you as he was. Maybe he's even started taking you for granted. You don't feel loved like you used to, so you want to find out how to make him realize he's losing you and snap out of it. There are things you can do, and you'll start seeing the signs he thinks he's losing you after you've applied our advice. Here's how to make him realize he's losing you. Before we go to the video, for more similar content, like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Also, don't forget to hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on any further videos. Number 1, don't ask about his life and don't tell him about yours. Keep your boyfriend at a distance because it's the best way to make him realize that he's gonna lose you if he continues with the same behavior. Stop asking him questions about his whereabouts and don't ask him about his day either. Don't ask him about what plans he has or what he's gonna do with his friends. Most importantly, stop sitting around waiting for your boyfriend to call you to see each other, like you don't have anything better to do. As for your life, the crucial thing is not to talk about it too much either. Don't let him know about what's happening in your life or what you're up to, and even make sure not to post too much about your life on social media so that he can't find out. You can use this time to do whatever you like doing and focus on yourself. As for him, he can do what he wants, and you shouldn't object to anything. If your boyfriend still loves you, he will start worrying because of this. He'll be worried because of your lack of reaction since it'll be a big change in your behavior. You will start wondering what happened and what caused you to act this way. It will be clear to him that something's not right and he will try to find out what went wrong. Be prepared for him trying to test you by purposely doing something just to get to see what your reaction will be, because it's very likely that he will. You can't give in if you want this way of getting him to realize that he's losing you to work, and you will be glad when you see that it did. The signs he thinks he's losing you will start to show, and he will have to change in order for things to be the way they were. Number 2, ignore his calls and texts. This silent treatment can be very effective because by not saying anything, you'll surely get his attention. He knows you'll be available when he needs to reach you, and he expects you to pick up the phone every time he calls. How about you change this and make him see how his life would be if you weren't in it? When he sends you a text, don't respond right away and let his calls go to voicemail. If you do this, he'll certainly start wondering what's happening. You were always available before, and now you're not. So he'll wonder whether you've gotten bored with him or maybe even found someone else. All this will make him try harder to make you happy, and he'll tell you more about his life, involve you in it, and he'll hope you'll do the same for him. He won't take you for granted again after he realizes how different his life would be if you weren't a part of it. While you're ignoring his texts and calls, don't wait by the phone and use that time to do the things you like or go out with your friends. If it's too hard for you to completely ignore his calls and texts, just try not to respond right away, and it should be enough to make him wonder what's happening. Number 3, send him a message through his friends. When you and your friends go out, choose a place where his friends will spot you and make sure that they see you're having the time of your life without him. Don't overdo it by drawing too much attention to yourself and making it obvious that you want them to see you. All it takes is for you to dance like no one's watching. Have a great time and even flirt a little with other guys if you want to. If anything is going to make your boyfriend think that he's losing you, this is it. After his friends see you having so much fun on your own, they will surely tell your boyfriend about it. This can finally make him see that he will lose you if he continues to take you for granted. Of course, his friends probably won't tell him about every single thing you've been doing, but they'll let him know that you had a great time and didn't miss him at all. Number 4, stop taking care of him. He knows that he can always depend on you, but what if this changed all of a sudden? It would surely get him to realize that he's losing you. You used to do things for him. You'd make life easier for him by doing a lot of things, including household chores, and you allowed him to depend on you. It's time to stop doing all of that. You are so used to spoiling him, but now it's time for you to start taking care of yourself instead of taking care of him. Use all the energy you used to put into taking care of him to focus on yourself for a change. This will be hard for you because you'll keep wondering whether he'll be able to have a nice life without you, and you'll be tempted to help him out. Don't. This time, instead of caring about the needs of your boyfriend, care about yours. And keep in mind that he needs to get the point. You're trying to make him realize that he's losing you, and you won't be able to do that if you take care of him. Stop doing the things you used to do and start with something small. Maybe you used to cook for him or iron his shirts. He can always eat at a restaurant or buy new shirts if he can't do it himself. Once he realizes that you're not interested in doing these things anymore because your focus is now on taking care of yourself, he will start chasing you. He will see that he would be lost without you and he'll feel embarrassed, but he'll want things to be the way they were. No other woman would take care of him, put up with him, and love him all at once, not like you do, and he will become aware of that. Number 5, post pictures on social media that will send him the message. I already mentioned sending him the message through his friends, but there's another way to do it. Simply post pictures on social media where you're having a blast without him, as this is the easiest way to get him to think that he's losing you. If you know that he doesn't look at your profiles, you can make sure he hears about it by tagging some of your mutual friends. When you go out with your friends, make sure to take great selfies and write something a little provocative when you post them. Think of something like, "We got more free drinks than we could handle from random cute guys when they saw us dancing." Not only will your boyfriend realize he's losing you, but he'll get jealous as well. Making him jealous can be a risky move, but it often does the trick. Number 6, don't do what he wants. Standing up for yourself could get you to finally achieve your goal of making him realize that he's gonna lose you. You always do what he wants. You go where he likes to go, do the things he likes, and your preferences aren't even taken into consideration. It's time to change this. This doesn't mean that you should refuse to do everything he wants, but always think about what you want to do and don't do what he wants all the time. If he tries to make you like something you hate, or go where you don't like going, don't. You can try compromising, but it's best that you simply do what you want. Tell him no sometimes, and it will surprise him and make him see that he'll lose you if he doesn't change something. You'll spend less and less time together because you don't want to do the things he wants. When he asks you to go on a date, reject it because you've already made plans or you're simply not in the mood to be with him that night. He won't be expecting that from you, and he will definitely see that something's going on. He'll have to think about things, and when he sees that you now do what you want, he will start respecting you more as well. Number 7, go somewhere without him. Don't consult your boyfriend before deciding to go out without him. I already mentioned some things you can do when you go out, but I haven't yet explained what going out without talking to him about it first means. You need to show him that you can have a great time without him. Don't give him any warning that this is going to happen. Just let him know that this Friday night, you're going to go out with your friends. You shouldn't ask him whether that's fine with him, and don't even think about what he'll say. Dress up and make sure you look the best you can. Hit the town without him, and don't forget the tip I mentioned earlier about posting some pictures later. If the two of you are living together, just tell him that he shouldn't wait up for you, and when he asks you questions, be unspecific when giving him answers. He needs to feel worried about this and think about what you're going to do when you go out. If he gets a little jealous, that's good too. Of course, this isn't usually something that's okay to do, but when you want to make him think he'll lose you, provoking some sort of emotion like jealousy is the way to go. If he shows he's jealous, it will prove to you that he still cares about you. Go out and have fun without him to make him show how he truly feels about you. When you start pretending that you're having a great time, it soon won't be just pretending because you won't be thinking about the problems you're having in your relationship. If this going out with him doesn't do the trick, you can even tell him that you're going on a road trip or a mini holiday with your friends. Maybe you have a friend who lives very far away who you can visit instead. Watch carefully to see his reaction when you tell him this. Does he seem relieved or scared? Wherever you go without him, make sure that you don't spend your time looking at your phone. You don't need to answer his calls and texts when you're having fun without him. Number 8, reject any last-minute plans. I already told you that you shouldn't do what he wants and that saying no from time to time is a good thing. If he doesn't inform you about his plans on time, it means that he doesn't respect you because he should value your time more. You shouldn't respect anyone who doesn't respect you, so don't agree to any last-minute plans. When he asks you out at the last moment, it's probably just because his friends canceled on him anyway. You shouldn't be a second choice, so don't go out with him just because he has no one else to hang out with. He needs to see that you have your own plans and that you don't just sit around waiting for him to call you. This will teach him a lesson, and that is why you need to say no to any last-minute plans he makes. Number 9, cancel plans the two of you already made and do so at the last minute. Canceling plans at the last minute is really wrong, but when you want him to realize that he's losing you, it's the right thing to do. It will show him that you have better offers and you don't really care about his feelings because you care more about yourself. This is a really bad thing to do to someone because it doesn't leave them any time to make other plans, and they spend the rest of the time wondering what happened. He will wonder what you were doing and why you did that. It will be clear to him that you obviously prefer doing something else instead of spending time with him, and he'll wonder whether you are having a blast without him. He will surely feel jealous and he won't stop thinking about what you are doing, when in reality you simply stayed home to enjoy some alone time. Number 10, pick up a new hobby. He needs to stop being the center of your universe. The reason he's taking you for granted is exactly that your world revolves around him. He needs to see that you're doing great without him and that you'd have a rich life if you were single, so you don't mind being single again. Pick up a new hobby and make sure that it has nothing to do with him. You're going to meet new people and spend some time with those who like the same thing you do. In the process, you'll make your partner see that you're doing fine without him and that you'd have plenty to do if you were to become single again. Number 11, make him jealous. First of all, it's important to mention that it's never okay to cheat. Cheating should always be out of the question, and it's always better to end the relationship if you're considering hooking up with someone else. However, flirting with someone else isn't cheating, and it could even save the relationship you have with this man. Let him find out that some other men have been texting you and that you have been chatting to them on social media. If your man has been treating you poorly or doesn't give you any attention, you have to do something to show him that some guys would do everything to get a chance with a girl like you. He should be glad to be with someone like you, so if he takes you for granted, you need to make him see that. Find a guy who is really handsome and flirt with him a little. Provoke your boyfriend to show signs of jealousy because showing any emotion is good right now. If you can't get him to see you talking to some other man, make sure to mention a new guy in your life and point out how handsome he is. For instance, you can tell him that you have a new coworker and that all the girls at the office are simply crazy about him. Talking about some other man will surely make your boyfriend wonder why that is suddenly happening. He will think about it and realize that he is jealous, so he'll finally become aware that he doesn't want someone to take you away from him. If he truly loves you, he will fight for your love, even if it means running against a new handsome man in your life. Number 12, be honest with him. All of the things I've mentioned so far are methods that often work, but truth be told, they are all at least a little manipulative or deceitful. Maybe your boyfriend deserves that, but I have to mention one way that is surely the right thing to do: being honest with him. Tell your boyfriend to sit down, take his hand, and tell him honestly about all the things that bother you. Try to remind him of the reasons why he used to love you and of the times when things were simpler and easier between the two of you. Let him know that you feel taken for granted and ask him to try to see things from your perspective. Don't let him try to convince you that everything's okay or to simply walk away, because you need to talk it out. This is the best approach you could choose. Unfortunately, men are most of the time not interested in talking things out, so women have no choice but to use other, not so honest methods. That is why you can find them all here, so I'll let you be the judge of what's the right thing to do in your situation. Good luck.